smell that. That is the rain, and I'm sure that you had a very cold, it's a wet morning right here, and of course chilly, but we are still thankful for the showers of rain. Thank God it's Wednesday. Welcome on board to the midweek installment of Spring Trends right here on Western Spring Television, where we say it as it is. And Spring Trends will look at trending issues all across our country and beyond, especially what is on social media, what people are saying, who is trending, what is trending, why they are trending, where they are trending, and reactions on social media. My name is Evelyn, Ohiolei, and Femi is here.
Of course, you know, when you are coming in and you are sniffing, I thought it's the, you know, you're having a good, maybe something from Akombi himself.
Our daddy. Look at our daddy.
Omolodo there for himself.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, gentlemen and ladies. Thank you for joining us.
All right, welcome on board. And why the picture of the #1 man in the country is on my screen this morning is because, okay, let me just get right into it. Federal government has proposed 54,000 naira as new minimum wage. It was 48,000 naira before, and they made an increase of 6,000 naira to make it 54,000 naira. But of course, we hear that the organized labor is not, you know, doesn't want any of that. They say it is still a ridiculous amount, and that meeting or the negotiation actually ended in a deadlock, because today we hope that they are going to reach a conclusion and everyone will be happy. It's going to be, let's make it a win-win situation. But right now, Labour is saying no to 54,000 naira new minimum wage proposal by the federal government. Reactions on social media. Ugo says, FG proposing 54,000 naira as minimum wage that cannot buy 50 kg bag of rice. This is deep. No, this actually went deep. 54,000 naira. How much is a 50 kg bag of rice now? I think 70, thereabout. Yeah, and you're proposing a 54,000 naira minimum wage. All right. Olu of Niger says, how much is state government ready to pay? How many companies in Nigeria can pay minimum wage of 54,000 naira? Federal government will pay without problem. In fact, federal government is already paying more than 54,000 naira. That's 30,000 naira plus the wage award. Some states are yet to pay 30,000 naira minimum wage. And our grandpa is saying, wait, what will this get us? This doesn't sound reasonable at all. I was expecting something like 70K at least. That will be a little bit fine, not good or better, but it is still something. This government doesn't value us, and they can pay those senators millions of naira. And Moshe Bolaton, lastly on this particular one, Moshe Bolaton says it is easy to criticize this, but let's understand the following. Our 80%, over 80% of businesses cannot pay their staff this much. Only about 6 states can comfortably pay 54,000 naira monthly. Anything above 100,000 naira will further increase inflation, and I hope pensioners will equally benefit though. And you know, these points brought up by Moshe Bolaton is very valid, because we know that the majority of the states are even yet to pay the 30,000 minimum wage. And when we are asking, can the state actually pay this? Recently, we just heard that Kano State government, you know, bought vehicles for their lawmakers in billions. Each lawmaker or each vehicle costs 68 million naira. So when we say the states do not, or you know, does not have the money, is it really that they do not have the money, or they are not prioritizing the welfare of workers? Femi, your thoughts?
I think starting from the Kano end, there is no way a Kano can look at me in the face and say they can pay. That's a they even call the commercial base of the nation or something like that. Yeah. The commerce state or something. So they can pay. There are some states that you know that if they are not lying, they can pay. That's why maybe somebody said like 6 or 5 or 7 states can pay. But then, talking about the 54,000, somebody say you can buy a bag of rice, but then you don't eat a bag of rice every month. So you don't have to spend on only a bag of rice. But understand the argument.
Yeah.
More like, what is even the value of what you're proposing? Yeah. It's as easy as that. So I think it's still negotiation. It's more like, you know, there's this saying in Pidgin, Konim and die. na koni man go bury am.
Yeah, so
more like na no go take am full abi, even me I no go take am half. Olo ni dikun emi no ni gba labo. It's more so negotiation is still on, but I think they should just get there because it shows some level of unseriousness, and maybe they just feel. Imagine the federal government has started on 100,000 naira, you know, being what they can pay, and they are not ready to move. And Labour coming out to say you guys are joking. So I believe it's more like you reduce it, we reach a particular point, and not just that. They are not saying every Nigerian worker will be earning 54,000 naira or 100,000 naira or 120, whatever they agree.
Yeah. That
is the baseline. So it means the ripple effect. We're talking about the least paid person will be collecting that 54 or any price that they will, I mean, any amount that we agree to. That's how the ripple effect will go. And at the end of the day, you see the wage bill of a state, and then it will look high. But I believe if wastages are cut, really, if things are not overtly exaggerated and inflated reasonably, there are some states that should be able to pay something reasonable.
And if states can actually look inwards and look at what they can do to bring in more IGR, I feel they can pay.
Yeah, and be serious about revenue generation that won't amount to cutting of people's heads. Because I'm looking at one thing. If this thing will come with the tax and whatever revenue drive of the federal government, Nigerians go here well. Because there will be no reason for you to say, 0.05% cybersecurity, you go pay. You go pay because they will tell you where do you expect us
to get the money from.
This. And you know the disposition of the president to tax. He has said this thing severally. He's an accountant. He's coming from that background, and the people that are working with him, you know what they are saying. So we don't want it to be like taking from the have-nots to the haves. That's one thing. Let everything be done. But I know the federal government know what they are doing because they know how everything will shoot. And now when the Abuja war, quote and unquote, the negotiation is finished, you now go back to the states. And that one will even take months as well. So we are in for maybe a long haul. We just hope something quickly will be arranged. And it will be done in a way that is workable. It won't be like they will pay 3 months and then you hear it convoluted or consolidated, all kind of
Femi, the negotiation meeting continues today.
Yeah,
do you feel or do you think we are going to have a headway today? Do you think the organized labor and the federal government and the states, even plus the OPS, the organized private sector, are going to have that agreement today on or reach a consensus of what to pay?
I don't think so, and I'll give you my reason. Today is 22nd, right? And Labour has given 31st. You know the government about deadline. They will pull it to the level that the only reason you will not go to that strike that say you want to go, it will be on maybe 11 p.m. on May 31st or May 30th, so that by the time they come, they give you something, the people would now, they have a way of calling that sentiment from the people to say, Labour, what do you...
You're now too much.
Really, at this nation, we will not just come. Now, here the bonus. We know how this they work.
All right. Our fingers are crossed as to what to expect today. Let's see if there will be a headway, if there will be a proposition that the Labour will agree to. Our next story this morning is on petrol. And according to the National Bureau of Statistics, fuel price rises by 176.02%. That's to 701 naira 24 kobo per liter. 701 naira 24 kobo per liter. That's 176% increase. And they say like play. That's, the Nigerian pidgin parlance, like play. Something we used to get for 600 naira, 580 naira, that we were still saying is high. Now we see people who sell for, 700, 750, some even sell as high as 800. And people are adapting to the situation. You hear people say, let us just sit to buy. And the excuse given by the government when this fuel price spiked was that logistics. We had logistics problem. And remember, there was a comment or a statement made by the government that before May 1st, we won't have any of this issue. Now, this is May 22. and we still have increase in fuel price. It speaks to how the government takes its people. But then reactions before I move over to Femi this morning. Ohiolei Benga says, I knew they want to automatically increase fuel price by staging scarcity of fuel. That's by Ohiolei Benga. I knew they want to automatically increase fuel price by staging scarcity of fuel. And Agbalaka says, it's all right, we will adjust. Honorodia says, and minimum wage cannot even rise by 100%. I mean, Nigerians are already reacting to this. A lot of people know that this is the way governments, tactically introduce an increment. They will just test the people and say, let's see what's their reaction to it. And Nigerians reacted, everybody shouted. Later on, we adjusted and we're like, so far we are seeing it to buy. It's okay. And the ripple effect on the cost of product and services. Increase upon increase. Now the cost of living wants to kill the living. Femi.
I think you have just said it. It's a tactical move, rather. The old tricks played by the old masquerade, we are used to it already. The moment you see something like this, whatever reasons are being given, sometimes it's to test run.
Yeah.
By the time it spikes, okay, it was 580, 600, 620, 680. At the time people were buying it 700, some persons feel, no, I can't buy. And then the scarcity was there.
Oh,
you couldn't get
1,000.
it. And it went to 1,000 naira, 1,001, in some places 1,500, 2,000, and 900 naira. The moment people see a filling station selling 700 naira, they will run.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 700 naira here.
It's cheaper.
And the people in charge will say, oh, they can pay. What they will do is just to make noise. And what do? We make noise. And that's all. So by the time the thing is coming down, it comes at a particular place and people are like, okay, just like you said, we are seeing it. It's a whole trick, very old one, that it has always been working. And I'm not sure it's this administration's thing. It has always been there. The moment something goes up, the lala that always goes up in Nigeria, when it's Ilelombo, they reach that finish. It doesn't, you just reach the Ile. And then you be praising the people. It's we that will still be making explanation to people and say that under a particular administration there used to be fair scarcity. But under this one, Shebi just increase
comparison
more.
Of failures.
And Shebi, we can just see it now. Now people are driving in to buy it at 700, and then wherever you see 600, 680, the queue will be long. I bet you say, me, I can't stay. Shebi is just 15 naira increase. And this is the way to be going. It's an old trick. But then the ripple effect, on the previous program, we talked about food inflation.
Yeah.
I almost lost my cool yesterday when I was billed and I had to pay for something and I saw the quantity of what was given.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. And I was thinking, that chef in that particular skit, I think is now becoming like a reality.
Yeah.
This is not my joke. What exactly? Now, you can choose not to buy a cloth in a week, in a month, sometimes for a long period of years, if you have no compelling reason. But you can't choose not to eat.
Yeah.
Even if you are fasting, maybe you go break them.
Yeah.
It's a lot. The things are not smiling. 33 point whatever % is the inflation. But the food inflation, I can't put a figure to it, but it's way too bad. And then when you ask these guys, they tell you the price of the cost of transportation, power, and whatever. It's a lot. It's a lot to be a Nigerian, right? The moment you open your eyes, you just know you have just resumed to a lot, and you are coming from a lot. It's a lot for many persons to feed. Yeah. Right now, man, I don't want to say.
There's always the issue of eat healthy. Ensure you eat healthy.
I don't want to do.
Take your fruits. Take your this. Take your that. Even water. I mean, sachet of water went from what? 10 naira to
it used to be 5 naira.
Now we are selling one sachet of water for 50 naira.
50 naira.
I mean, water. Yeah. Something as water.
And they even say no get any meal.
That people used to waste before. Water now, you dare not.
Even the fella been say water no get any meal. But I say I don't need beef water now.
But really, we are laughing about the situation, but it is actually not funny. It's not a laughing matter because increment in power, people cannot, pay comfortable for the electricity they use. Increment in transportation. You have to think before you go out right now. Increment in fuel. Increment in food. Increment, even interest rates now. The CBN just announced another. 26%, and people are like, "What?"
They say the cost of living want to kill the living right now. And let me say this as a husband. Chairman, I think this is the time for you to take it easy with your wife. Be understanding. Because when she comes with those bills, nothing says she don't have. Things are bad. Take it from me.
And that does not mean that you should not add. But I didn't say that on there. Did they pick that? They did not pick that. Because all those additions are what actually saves later on.
Which addition? Don't let's even go there.
They save later on. After you now ask the wife, wait now.
Has there been any time that a Nigerian woman will come back from market? She will not tell you that a minimum buying for what?
Yes, no.
You see
the additions, that's what the additions are for. Sometimes
you see an elderly man facing us right now. He can relate. They are always adding money for us.
Femi, calm down. Sometimes we make up for all of those times that there is no money. Like, do you have one spare money?
They are called subventions.
So
subsidy.
Exactly. So we just have to do. So please, still use your. Okay. And Chairman, indulge us, Pico. All right, we move on to the next and final story this morning. The loss of that Nollywood actor Junior Pope, who died after drowning in that Annam River in Delta State, has actually caused stir. He was buried last week, and I was looking at the picture, saw his wife and 3 kids. And I was like, I think the oldest should be around 10, thereabout.
Less than 10.
And it's really a sad situation. People came around to commiserate with the family, to console the family. And, recently, Ohiolei was trending on Junior Pope's matter. I was like, what was happening again? What has this guy done again? Has he said something? And, there was a statement he made, he put out, I'll just read it. It says, "I did not want to say anything until after his burial. I know many asked why I wasn't there, why I haven't said anything about it since. I took him like a brother and good friend. I was there for him when he needed me, but he stabbed me in the back repeatedly. That is life. I'll drop the full details soon so that others can learn from it. Be careful what you wish people. It could come to you." And, this statement, when it's made, people will come for you because they will ask you, why are you just saying it now? This man is dead. Why didn't you slug it out with him when he was alive? Yeah. Why did you have to wait till after he's dead? I mean, whatever he did, just let it go. The man is dead, he's gone. His family is still mourning, and you had to put this out. But reactions on social media very quickly. The apple of God's eye, we all are. It says, so nobody should just carry this guy to rehabilitation center. What are you saying? The apple of God's eye. What are you saying? And Daniel Rega, my guy, he says, any issue that wasn't raised when someone was alive should remain buried after their demise. Ohiolei is trying to bring up unnecessary conversations about Junior Pope, but couldn't speak when Pope was alive. Talk about absolute disrespect. Rest in peace to the deceased. And Lynn Cardinal says he's not here to defend himself. So keep whatever transpired between you two to yourself. We do not need, cause every story has 2 sides. His side and yours. So he is not here to tell us his own side. So keep yours to yourself. And June Germany says, something you couldn't say while he was alive. Our disrespect for the dead is alarming. Someone should check on you. All is not well. So, Femi, your thought on this? People are saying if you couldn't say it while he was here, then you should just keep it buried in your heart now that he is gone. But your thought, and I have a thing with when someone dies, everyone wants to chase clout with the person's demise. We knew what happened with the issue or the case of Mohbad when he died. Even till now, a lot of people still using that guy's death
content creation
to a lot of people made money, still are making money from the demise of Mohbad and now Junior Pope. Lots of narrative is ongoing from this guy's death, and now the recent one is the one from Ohiolei.
Let me start by saying, Mr. Yule should slow down. By the way, he said he's not a man of God. You know, there are some things that come with you being a man of God. You have to be circumspect. That's one thing. Not be everything where you feel you could talk.
And you said something yesterday about reading the room. This is not the appropriate time for you to say that.
It's about you being emotionally intelligent enough to say, to know what to do, what to say, and where, and when you say it as well. Not that you are, robbing the truth or something. No, but you must read the room. Number two is alleging a case of betrayal. But then anybody that ever been betrayed would know that it's not a palatable thing.
Yeah.
Let's assume without considering that happened. I'm not sure this is the right time for you to talk about it because you have no axe to grind again with anybody. Now, there might have been a pain. Let's just accommodate every opinion that you have felt. But then is it the right time? No. Then I want to imagine, did he say this thing as a podcast? Because now, when people take a seat and they put that microphone in front of them, there is a way their mouth will just be running.
What do you have against podcasts?
No, I don't have. I would even like to have one myself. But sometimes doesn't know when to stop.
Yeah.
Some people doesn't. If I'm the one anchoring it, I want you to spill, definitely. But then there should be something in your head that will tell you this is what to do or not to do. But with you antecedent, the reason why most persons are not cutting in any slack is because of. It now sounds more like a cloud chaser. Everything, he wants to be involved. He wants to talk. Now, you said people will be asking you why you are not there. Who asked? You even said you could tell us the reason. You
read the details later.
You? That's the thing. Who asked you? So it's looking like you just want attention to yourself and you want attention to your page. Let's imagine. Now, if there is forgiveness you are seeking for, or there is healing, or there is closure you are looking for, you will never have it. Because the person you are supposed to have it with is no more available here. So what do you tend to gain? Is it to tell your own part of the story, to explain to people that are accusing you of not attending? You know them. You have them. If there are Nollywood greats or Nollywood interests that are asking you, guy, why you no show? Those are the people you owe that particular explanation. And it's not everybody that you can even... There are some truths, Evelyn, that you don't owe everybody, even when you have to say it. Only people that you owe valuable enough. But with what he has done, even if he had and he's still having a genuine case in which made him not to attend, he has lost it.
For you, it's clouds chasing. It's chasing clouds.
Not too far from that.
All right. And that's where we end the show this morning. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you all of the time. Thank you, Femi, for coming on board.
My pleasure.
And to you, have for yourself a good, productive day. Be kind to people. People are having it rough at this time. Whatever you can do in words and deeds, ensure to extend a hand of kindness to the next person, your neighbor, your co-worker, your colleague, whoever it is.
Let me be the first to start. Say my hand of kindness.
You not add money.
You can't. You reject the hand of kindness.
You did not add money.
TV.
I don't collect that kind of kindness. But then we'll see you tomorrow. My name is Evelyn Ohiolei. Enjoy.